Greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining us for this series on Prana for daily living. The purpose of these videos is to help you understand and harness Mother Nature's life force, which is called Prana in Sanskrit. Before we start, let me just give you a little background. I got started in so-called energy work not by choice. What happened was in 1988, my wife fell from about 14 feet and broke her hip bone. The doctor said it was a compound break and it'll take about 3.5 months before she could walk. Anyway, I was looking around and I was living in the Philippines then, and I found this spiritual teacher. His name is Grandmaster Tuakok Sui, who was teaching this thing called Pranic Healing. So Grandmaster Tuakok Sui was teaching Pranic Healing to doctors, nurses, priests, nuns, pretty much from people from all walks of life. So I attended this class and I proceeded to do the techniques, use the techniques on my wife every day, and in 2 weeks she could walk. The interesting part is the doctor says 3.5 months before she could even actually put weight on it, and in 2 weeks she could walk, and in 5 weeks she could run. So it was pretty astounding, and from there I got more interested in how to use energy. Now, before we continue, let's talk a little bit more about what is this prana. Prana, as you can see in this slide, is also known as Qi in Chinese. It is called Ki in Japanese, and we're told in Hebrew it's called Ruach, or the breath of life. Now, we'll just expound on this a little bit. A lot of you have heard of Tai Chi, right? You've heard of acupuncture. So in Chinese, they use this Qi, or this life current, this invisible life forces, as they call it. In Japanese, they call it Ki. So in this martial arts called Aikido, where they learn how to harness this Ki, or this Qi in their body, to be able to defend themselves, to be able to use it for good health, allowing the energy to flow better in their bodies, and so on and so on. And in the Old Testament, it talks about God breathed life into Adam. So this life force, or this life current, is what we call prana. So the technique that Grandmaster Tuakok Sui synthesized and put together is called Pranic Healing. Now, before we continue, why don't we just try to experience what this life current or this life force is, shall we? So first, follow me. Press the center of your palm like this. Just press. This is to stimulate the energy centers in your hands. In the next segment, we'll go in a little more detail on what these energy centers are for the ones who are new to it. So just open your palms. All right. Focus on the center of your palms. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. We'll talk about this again in subsequent videos. It allows the energy to flow better, but we'll go in more detail later on. Okay. Focus on your palms. Now just relax. Relax your shoulders. Just put your attention in the center of your palms and take a deep breath. Inhale. Hold. Exhale slowly. Hold. Inhale slowly. Hold. Exhale slowly. Hold. Inhale slowly again. Hold. Exhale slowly. Good. Now, can you feel something in your hand? The ones who are very sensitive, they usually just tell me that they can feel weight in their hands, they can feel a tingling, they can feel like needles. These are basically sensations that people experience when they feel this life force, or this prana, or this chi is very active in their hands. Now, let's try one more. Shake your hands. Put your hands facing each other like this. Relax your shoulders. Okay, armpits slightly open. Focus on the center of your palm, the area you just pressed. Okay, put your hand like this. Just inhale, exhale slowly. Now follow me. Just gently bring your hands apart. Bring them closer together. Bring them apart. Closer. Just very gently, very relaxed. Your entire body is very relaxed. Your hands are very relaxed. Just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just, if you look at my hands, they're very, very gently just moving like you're touching a cloud. Okay? Now, what do you feel? Most people that are doing this, they just feel like a magnet, a push-pull sensation. They feel like current or tingling or something moving. What you're feeling is the life force of the prana that is flowing through your body. Okay, And one more, you shake your hands, just open one of your palms, doesn't matter which one. Have your finger like this, aim it at the center of your palms. Now just follow me, just gently twirl. Okay, one direction and the other direction. Now if you're sensitive, you'll feel like something's spinning, right? That's because with your finger, whether you like it or not, there's energy flowing through. That's why they say, it's impolite to point, because when you go like this, energy goes out. So when you go like this and you just simply twirl it, you're actually affecting the flow of energy in your open palm. So let's try it with the other hand. Okay, ready? Same thing, just twirl in any direction gently. And the other direction. Pretty wild, huh? Shake your hands. Let's try it another way. A little further apart. Okay, about 1.5 feet. Go like this. Just twirl it. Just take your time. Just have fun with it. Aha. Feel something, huh? The other hand. All right. Yes? Okay. So we call this in Pranic Healing called sensitizing our hands. So if you do this every day, you'll notice you're very, very sensitive to feeling life force or prana. In fact, in the subsequent videos, we'll talk about how to feel your own energy field, how to feel the energy of plants, how to feel the energy of food, your pets. It gives you a way to assess the energy level of a particular person, thing. If you're taking something that is supposed to give you lots of energy, you can use your hands to feel it. Other people have used pendulums, other people use their intuition. In your case, you can use your hand to scan and feel the energy level of that thing. All right, now let's just go through a little more detail about this prana. Now this prana comes from the sun, the air, and the ground. It also comes from the food you eat. It comes from the breath. Okay, when you do deep breathing, it is embedded in the breath. So in fact, in India, one of the definitions of prana is life breath, because as you inhale and exhale, this life force is also going into your system. All right. Now, just to give you an idea, a lot of people like to go to the beach. Okay, the good example is you lay down first, you go in the water. The salt water has a cleansing effect. Since ancient times, salt water has been used for purification. In fact, some of you who are Catholic, you know in the Catholic Church, they have holy water. Holy water is essentially water and salt and the priest's prayer on top of it. That's holy water. It has purifying effect. It carries the energy. So when people go into the sea and take a saltwater swim, it actually purifies. Okay, it cleanses the negative energy or the lower vibration out of your aura or your energy field, which we'll cover the aura and the energy field in the next section. So it cleanses, right? Then you lay down in the sand. From the earth, you absorb earth energy, all right? And then you have the sun shining on you. That's solar energy, and there's usually a breeze going by. So your body is basically cleansed with the salt water, absorbing the fresh energy from the sun, the air, and the ground. No wonder the following day you feel great and rejuvenated. So these are just simple ways that your body recharges yourself. What else? Now, on the not so great side, you ever heard of people who are, they're in the medical field, or let's say a massage therapist, or they're a teacher, or they're a counselor. They deal with people all the time. So when you deal with people who have low energy, let's say you're a doctor, a nurse, counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist, you work with people who are going through difficult times. They're either angry, upset, or in pain. You notice when you're with them for a long time, you feel like you get tired afterwards, right? We've talked to a lot of our students who are medical professionals. They say initially it was difficult because they feel drained, tired. They start feeling all the stuff from their patients or their clients. That's because in science, we know that energy always goes from what? High vibration or high concentration to low concentration. So if you have a lot of energy and you're with people with low energy, energy will move in that direction. That's why one of the things that we want to teach you in this series is how to protect yourself, how to maintain your energy level so you don't get drained. Okay, so this is just a little background on how energy affects you. Now, so you have some idea how this energy can be felt in your hand, how this energy can be used to heal your body, it can be used for emotional healing, relationship healing. We'll go through this in the subsequent videos. By the way, on that story, my wife, remember I told you that she broke her hip bone, and in 2 weeks after practicing the techniques, giving her body more prana or life force, she was able to walk, and in 5 weeks she could run. What I forgot to tell you is all the time I was doing this, I wasn't even feeling the energy. See, my background was I was an engineer by trade, and I was also a very devout Southern Baptist by religion. So the whole time I was doing this pranic healing work, I wasn't really sure of myself. I wasn't feeling the energy. I was even doubting it. So if I can do it, all of you can do it. All right? So this is the first of many videos that we're sharing with you on how to harness prana. Okay? So till the next time, live well. We'll see you. Take care, and share this link with a lot of your friends and loved ones so that they can follow along, experience the benefits of how to use prana to improve their life. Okay? Take care. Live well. We'll see you again.